Alright, I always got to do part 2, part 3, something in there, so here it is. I'll read this to you, because y'all don't understand. I do. Where we at here? 1 Corinthians. You done messed up. Here we are. But as it is written, eye has not seen, nor ear heard, nor have entered into the heart of man the things which God has prepared for those who love him. But God has revealed them to us through his Spirit. For the Spirit searches all things, yes, the deep things of God. For what man knows the things of a man except the spirit of the man which is in him? Even so, no one knows the things of God except the Spirit of God. Now we have received not the spirit of the world. So, there's the spirit of the world, and who is the leader, the CEO of that? Getting back to my last video, I told you there's a spirit of God and there's a spirit of the devil. These things are real. They cannot be altered. They cannot be fairy tale. Okay? These things are truth. Okay? Now, he's saying there's the spirit of the world. Okay? So what is the spirit of the world? The spirit of the world is the spirit that is anti-God. Is that the spirit? Is that part of the spirit of Satan? Of course. Anything that is opposed to God, whether small or great, is satanic. Okay? So the spirit of the world takes us back to the spirit of the devil. That's just a softer way of saying it. Spirit of the world. Okay? But the spirit who is from God, that we might know the things that have been freely given to us by God. And there are things that have been freely given to us by God. And this is why you see in the world today, for example, women always trying to use their sex appeal as a form of power. Okay, with the cleavage and the tight or loose clothing, the feminism attitude. Okay, a lot of that is based upon you feeling like you need to do something or give something away or portray something to help you be who you're trying to be. And you don't have to do that. You don't have to carry that burden on yourself. Okay, you're free to be you and you only. You don't have to share that with any community or any group or any religion or any, you know what I'm saying? Just like you could say, well, an LGBTQ person is trying to be, no, he's not. He's trying to be LGBTQ. Because if he was not trying to be LGBTQ, okay, then he would be against LGBTQ. Okay? Now, that doesn't make it right just because he singles himself out as being separate from all parties. But, okay, everybody's not part of a party. Everybody's not part of a category. Okay? There's just like, for example, there's people that are gay that don't come out as gay. So therefore, they're not LGBTQ. They just prefer to, when it comes to sex, they have a preference. Okay? But they don't feel like they don't feel like it's not a sin against God. They don't feel like they're any better off than a fornicator. They don't think that, you can marry it away or anything like that. They understand that they are living a lifestyle that is controversial. And they're okay with that. And people are okay with that as long as they understand that. Okay? See how that works? But to close with this, who was from God that we might know the things that have been freely given to us by God. And those were just examples of things that were given to us by God. The right to be you and nothing but you is freely given to you by God within the limits of respect for the universe, respect for the image of God that you were created in. Okay? These things we also speak not in words which man's wisdom teaches, see, but which the Holy Spirit teaches, comparing spiritual things with spiritual. But the natural man does not receive the things of the Spirit of God, for they are foolishness to him, nor can he know them. So, this is why the atheists, they try so hard to just, write everything off that's Christian. Well, there's no such thing as the spirit realm. There's no such thing as a spirit. There's no God, there's no spirit, there's no devil, there's no demons. There's none of this stuff, okay? But yet, you like to be a partaker of things that fit these categories. Okay? Just like, if we were to get rid of all the satanic symbols and crosses and upside down crosses and some of the tattoos that we wear, so often, and that if we were to get rid of this stuff, the atheists would have a fit. And so would a lot of I believe in God people out there would have a fit. Okay? But see, in the Bible, God had his people destroy all these images, all these idols, and so forth. Okay? But the natural man does not receive the things of the Spirit of God, for they are foolishness to him, nor can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned. Spiritually discerned. Atheists don't have spiritual discernment. So, the debate, the apologetics is not based on trying to convert what can't be converted. It's based on those that want to know. Nobody's trying to convince you that there is a God, because as you see here, unless God help you out, you ain't going to know. You ain't going to believe in God. Let's God help you out a little bit. Okay? But our purpose, our goal is not to convince you. Our goal is to hold the door open for those that want to believe. To those that don't want to be LGBTQ. To those that don't want to be fornicators, adulterers, drug abusers. For those that don't want to do the things of the world. They don't want to live in the spirit of the world. Okay? We hold the door open for them so that they can get out. And that's what my YouTube videos are all about. That's what I can name every Christian on YouTube that has a good channel. I don't have a good channel, but a lot of the people I listen to do. We're all in the same boat. Our goal is to leave the door open, hold the door open for those that want to get out of what? As I read here, the spirit of the world. Okay? Which is also actually, if you connect the dots, okay, it's the spirit of Satan. Okay? Anything that is anti-God is satanic, and humanism can be very demonic. When we teach anything and we leave God out, you might as well call it demonic. Because God is the leader. God is the designer of all these things. Okay, so to leave him out, to have a conversation and leave him out is just wrong. Okay? Because they are spiritually discerned. But he who is spiritual judges all things. This is why us Christians, yes, we stand up and say, it's wrong to be this, or it's wrong to be that, or it's wrong to be putting our children through this. And this is why a lot of us rather homeschool our kids instead of send them to public school, because but he who is spiritual judges all things, yet he himself is rightly judged by no one. You can judge me, okay, if I go out and put my hands on a homosexual and hurt that homosexual because he's gay. You can judge me if I slap my wife around. You can judge me if I call myself a Christian, I'm smoking weed, or if I got an alcoholic problem and all like that. Sure, but you cannot rightfully judge me. Because for me to open up my mouth and say that something is wrong, it's wrong according to my faith. Not according to yours, according to mine. So that's my business. If I want to say that something is wrong, that's my prerogative. Okay, for who has known the mind of the Lord that he may instruct him? But we have the mind of Christ. Thank God for the reading of his word. Okay? Now atheists think that they have what they need to teach God how to be a better God. And you hear this on every atheist channel. But the truth of the matter is, they cannot instruct God. But we Christians, we have the mind of Christ. And Christ did not, even though he was God in the flesh, he did not consider it robbery to be equal with God. He did not consider it plunder to be equal with God. He did not see his relations to God as a form of power to hover it over the fact that he had to live in human flesh. Okay? So, it is spiritual. It is spiritual. If you don't know the Lord, then you can't judge those that do. Because it is spiritual and it is spiritually discerned. For example, divorce. You get married, okay, and everything was perfect, and then all of a sudden your wife is a different person. What happened? Now you got irreconcilable differences. What happened? Well, she took on some beliefs about things in the world. There you go. She took on some beliefs about the world. The world's a different place to her. Now, after all these years, she's starting to become religious and believe in some things that are pulling her away from a happy and successful marriage. Vice versa, if two Christians agree that this is a Christian marriage, then all of a sudden one decides that they don't want to be in a Christian marriage. And so, that makes it difficult, okay? Not saying that, a Christian should just divorce his wife because she doesn't want to have a Christian marriage, but that's just one of them things. Now, what causes this? What causes this? Okay? The spirit of the world, the spirit of Satan. You standing on the corner, waiting for your bus, and somebody just walk up to you and start talking to you like they've known you for 20 years. And you find out that a lot of the stuff that they're saying is vulgar. They start to judge you and start to try to read your mind and get inside your feelings and all that kind of stuff. Why do people do stuff like that? That woman that got raped on the bus, on the train outside of Philadelphia, that big report that was in the paper. Okay, how does this happen? You're telling me that there were people on the train in close proximity to this event that happened and they stood there and took pictures? Now, I believe that it didn't happen as exactly as the headlines put it. I believe that these people were taking pictures because probably they believed that two people was screwing in the back or whatever, and they weren't being watched, and they were taking pictures to say, look at these crazy people. They probably didn't know that the woman was being raped. until, he probably had her all knotted up in the corner of the seat or whatever. They didn't know what was going on until 27 stops, okay? But I have heard, even here in Pittsburgh, of people doing dumb stuff like that. Somebody's being attacked. When I was mugged, there had to be at least a dozen people that saw it. Okay, the mugging took a good 5 minutes or more. Okay? Somebody had to see it. And who stepped in after he stood there and watched it after the thugs ran away? Some homeless man came up to me and asked me if I was okay, hoping that, he didn't want to call the police for me because he was supposed to be so homeless that he needed he needed to borrow a phone off somebody, but he got busted. But, then he told me his battery was dying, so, and he's from the homeless shelter and blah, 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 blah. So I asked, and nobody wanted to loan me their phone. And what is that? Okay, you got people watching a woman being raped on a train, according to the headline anyway. Okay? And nobody, guys and ladies, if I'm hearing this correctly, nobody stepped in to say, hey, stop that, what are you doing? But they took pictures like this was something to take pictures of. And then, now don't get me wrong, I'm pretty sure the pictures probably gave this man a longer life sentence. There was no way he could talk his way out of this in court or anything, But see, I'd have been taking pictures and whooping his behind at the same time with my little midget behind. I'd have tried anyway. But what causes this kind of stuff to go on? I'll tell you what causes this kind of stuff to go on. Demonic activity. This was pre-planned. This woman being raped, these people not doing anything about it. And the young man, there's a lot of witchcraft in Haiti, okay? The young man that did what he did, a lot of rape in Haiti too, okay? This was all planned probably through witchcraft, okay? Because that's what a lot of these Haitians do in their own country. They do this as a symbol of witchcraft, going around raping women and stuff like that, okay? But the point I'm making is it is spiritual. When I tell you it is spiritual, I mean it is spiritual. Okay? It is spiritual. Okay? So I think that's good for part 2. Spirituality in the church is more about the biblical language that we use to show forth the power of God in our lives and the working of the Bible, things coming to pass as they do. They really do. Good things coming to pass. Even right now as I speak, good things have come past just over the last 5 days, okay? And they're continuing to go past. And God is just so good to me. But, please continue to watch my channel. Please, those of you, I'm going to say it again, our goal was to hold the door open for those that want a difference in their life. Our goal was not to argue with you and debate with you and make you think that we're something that we're not. Our goal is not to condemn you, but our goal is to show you that it's not that difficult, that life isn't that versatile. Okay, it's versatile enough that we have a choice, but it's not that versatile. We're all humans. We all eat, sleep, and poop alike. Okay, we all bleed the same, and we need to understand that God did not put us here to be against him, but for him. That's the bottom line. And God is spirit, and those that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. Does God have a body? We don't know. Okay, because when we enter into the New Jerusalem, we will also be spirit, but we will have a body. But how does God have a body? Did he create one for himself? We don't know. Okay, but we do believe that God is more spirit than he is anything else, and we believe that he's real, and we believe that the reason why he can create the world in 7 days, we believe the reason why he can create the sun, the moon, the stars, and you name it, and humans and all human life, is because he is spirit. So it is spiritual. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll talk to you soon with another one. I'm still working on my series. I don't forgot what the series was. I got to do one more video for that. I might do it tonight, or I might do it tomorrow when I get home, or sometime later on this week. But anyway, God bless you. Thank you for watching. I'll talk to you soon. D. Roy Cruz, your Life Applications Officer, signing off.